We're going to talk about what's the difference between Goerli and Sepolia Ethereum testnet today. Generally, Goerli and Sepolia are both testnets for the Ethereum blockchain, and they're used by developers to test and deploy smart contracts, and also decentralize apps before launching them onto the Ethereum network. There are a couple of differences. For example, Goerli is a proof of authority testnet. It's much older. It's used by the Ethereum community quite a lot before the merge of stake happened, and the community is quite large. It is secured by a list of trusted validators who are verifying transactions for the new block. And Sepolia is a proof of stake testnet versus proof of authority in a Goerli. And in a proof-of-stake network, that's what Sepolia is. It's secured by stakers who lock up their token as collaterals to validate transactions and produce new blocks. And generally speaking, Sepolia is a new testnet, and it's developed by the Ethereum community as an alternative to Goerli. So what are some of the additional differences between the two? In terms of the transaction speed, Goerli and Sepolia have similar performance since they're both testnets and they're not designed for high throughput like the main Ethereum network, the mainnet. For example, Goerli uses a proof of authority consensus mechanism and has a shorter block time and faster confirmation time compared to Sepolia, which uses proof of stake consensus. That being said, performance of each testnet can vary depend on the specific workload and network conditions. And it really comes down to what are your smart contracts are deployed. And for example, if you're still working with smart contracts and building decentralized apps based on the validators, proof of authority, proof of work, I'll use the Goerli platform. And if you're working on the proof of stake model, Sepolia is definitely a candidate for that. And recently, there is a price spike in Goerli testnet. So GETH, the gas token used by Goerli, has increased quite a bit. And sometimes it's fairly difficult to find its token through the faucet. And a lot of faucets are running out of tokens basically because the price has gone up so much. So it's recommended in a community for us to migrate into Sepolia model, which is a proof of stake model, and it's pretty much in sync with the Ethereum mainnet right now. So to use of them, it really depends on your specific needs, and it's also recommended by a lot of developers that you can try to deploy your code to both testnets to determine which one fits your specific testing needs, to see if there's a compatibility issues on both testnets. Of course, that deployment time may take longer, and it really depends on your project timeline and budget as well. So that's it. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment. I'll see you next time.